Welcome to my channel of mathematics videos. My name is Karen Daly and I am a mathematics lecturer at Dundalk Institute of Technology, a third-level college in Ireland. This suite of videos was produced to help students who are beginning their college career and wish to revise some basic mathematics skills. This video is on negative numbers. Enjoy! So the first question we're going to ask is, what is a negative number? The answer to this question is that a negative number is a number that is less than 0. So let's say in mathematics we want to write down a number that is 3 less than 0. We have a way in which we do this, and we write the number as minus 3. We can visualize all our numbers if we draw a number line. Here's a number line and the central position is 0. If we move right of 0, we're going to get the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 and all the way up through the positive numbers. If we go to the left of the 0, we get 1 less than 0, which is minus 1, 2 less than 0, which is minus 2, 3 less than 0, which is our minus 3, 4 less than 0, minus 4, and it continues all the way down. Let's look at a couple of simple additions involving negative numbers. So first example, if you have the number minus 3 and you want to increase the size of it by 2, so you want to add 2 to it, what do you get? If you refer back here to the number line, okay, as you move from left to right on the number line, the values increase in size. So I'll write that down. It'll be increase in size. So as you go from minus 3 and you add 2, you'll go to minus 2 as you add 1, and then to minus 1 as you add 2. So you're going in this direction. So minus 3 plus 2 is going to be equal to minus 1. An important thing to note here is that minus 1, the answer we got, is greater in value than minus 3. In fact, it's 2 greater than it. So now, let me ask you to try one. If I take minus 3 and I add, let's say, 5 to it, what do I get? Got the answer? So again, if we apply the same logic, I'm adding 5, so minus 3 goes to minus 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So when I add 5 to minus 3, I get the value 2. Did you get it right? Good job. One thing to note also is that decimal addition is commutative. And what I mean by that is that minus 3 plus 5 can also be written the other way around. And if I write it the other way around, that is 5 minus 3. And most people know the answer to that. 5 minus 3 is equal to 2. Now let's look at a subtraction sum. Suppose we have minus 3 and we want to subtract 2 from it. What do we get? Referring back to our number line, if you look at the number line and the values on it, as we move from right to left, the values of the number line decrease. So decrease. Okay, sorry. Okay. So if we're at minus 3, okay, and we want to take away 2 from it. So subtract 1, we go to minus 4. Subtract 2, we're at minus 5. So minus 3, subtract 2 from it is equal to minus 5. Again, note the point that the value that we got here, minus 5, is less than minus 3 by a value of 2. Okay, I want you to try one yourself. Let's take the value 4, right, and subtract 7 from it, and tell me what you get. Have you got the answer? Okay, let's try it. So 4 is up here, right? If I subtract 7 from it, I go down the number line. Well, if I go from 4 to 0, I'm at 4, right? And go 3 down from that, I'm at minus 3. So the answer is minus 3. Did you get it? Good job. A common place where you would encounter negative numbers is when you record temperature. So let me just write that down. Temperature. Here in Ireland, a bitterly cold winter's day might record a temperature of minus 6 Celsius. Now, what if I asked you to work out this sum here? Minus 3 subtract minus 2. Now, this sum here isn't as easily worked out directly from the number line. So luckily, we have a simple little rule that you can follow and that will allow you to do this sum simply. And the rule is as follows. So the rule says that when you have two like signs coming together, it will overall become a plus. Now what that means is, if I have a plus and a plus coming together, overall I will result in a positive number. If I have a minus coming together with a minus, overall it'll end up being positive as well. The second rule says that if I have two unlike signs coming together, it becomes a minus. So in this case, if I have a plus coming together with a minus, it results in a minus. Or the other way around, if I have a minus coming together with a plus, it'll overall result in a minus. So if we go back up here to the top to our original question, here, this part of the sum, we have two minuses coming together. So I can rewrite that using this rule here, right? A minus and a minus will give me a plus. So I can rewrite this as minus 3 plus 2. And now this can be done fairly easily. Minus 3, add 2 to it, you're going to get minus 1. So this rule here that I just wrote down is very important and of great value to you. Let's consider then another example. Suppose I had minus 5 and I want to add it to minus 9. What's that equal to? Well, I can look here and see, well, the plus and the minus are coming together here, so I can simplify that using my rule. The rule that I will be using is this rule here. Okay, when a plus and a minus come together, I get overall a minus. So it's minus 5 minus 9. And if I have minus 5 and I take away 9 from it, what I end up is having a smaller number, which is minus 14. What happens for multiplication and division involving negative numbers? So let's say we were asked to do these questions. Minus 3 divided by minus 6 equals, and minus 3 multiplied by minus 6 equals. So the good news is that the rule that we use for adding and subtracting can be applied for multiplying and dividing also. And the rule we had was that when two like signs become a positive and two unlike signs become a negative. So if I apply the first rule for division, two like signs are when a positive number is divided by a positive number, or when a negative number is divided by a negative number. The answer to both of these, the overall answer, is a positive answer. Right? And then for the second rule, that when two unlike signs, they become a minus. So if I have a plus divided by a minus, or a minus divided by a plus, both of these will become negative numbers overall. Okay? The same with multiplication, right? So this is for division, right? And for multiplication, okay? Exactly the same. When I have a positive number multiplied by a positive number, overall the result will turn out to be a positive number. If I have a negative number multiplied by a negative number, the overall result will be a positive number. And if I have a positive number multiplied by a negative number, the result will be negative. And if I have a negative number multiplied by a positive number, it too will be negative. So if I return to the two questions up above, the first one here, I have minus 3 divided by minus 6. Here I go to my rule that if I have a negative number multiplied by a negative number, overall the answer will be positive, so I'm going to put a plus there. And if I divide 6 into 3, what I will get is 0.5. Okay. For the next one, the second question, if I have minus 3 multiplied by minus 6, again I go to my rule. If I have two like signs, they become a positive. So it's again a positive, and 3/8 are 18. So my answers are a positive 0.5, or you can just write it down as 0.5. You don't need to put the plus sign there, or a positive 18, and again you can just write it down as 18. You don't need to put the plus sign there. So if I ask you to try this yourself, so if I have a minus 5 and I multiply it by 3, what will I get? Okay, so it's a minus multiplied by a plus. So if I go up here to my rule, a minus multiplied by a plus would be this rule here. So if you have a mixture of signs, you'll always end up the answer being negative. So the answer to this is going to be a minus. Then multiply 5 by 3 and I will get 15. So if we try one more division one, if I have, let's say, minus 4 divided by 5. Okay. So again, if we work out the signs part of it first, you have a minus divided by a plus. So again, if I highlight the part of the rule I am using, it's a minus divided by a plus. So that's this here, minus divided by a plus. So the overall answer will turn out to be a minus, so I'm going to put down a minus. And if I divide 5 into 4, right? So remember your division, I'll just revise it for you here. 5, and you divide it by 4. 5 into 4 won't go, so you put down 0. And you carry on here. 5 into 40, however, will go. And 5 into 40 goes 8 times. So the answer is 0.8.